السلام عليكم. معكم أيوب واليوم بنقول لكم بدأ. Before I even start, let me just thank you guys for the support اللي كان في the last video اللي حطيت عامين هذه. I just want to say thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. وصراحة هذه هي اللي كانت الحاجة اللي شجعتني باش نعاود نحط مرة أخرى. I know it's been a long time. I'm sorry I did not post. It was due to personal reasons, and today I had the motivation to record the video, so that's what I'm doing. المهم اليوم غادي يكون الفيديو على my journey. I think you've already seen the title, so you know شنو علاش يكون الفيديو and how I personally learned English. So if you are interested in this topic, interested in this subject, whatever you want to call it, stick around and watch. Anyway, بغيت نقول لكم انه I made a list وان هذا الفيديو هذا غيكون كله بالانجلي. So انا نحاول نحط لكم الترجمة لتحت if I can. And I'll try my best. So basically الفيديو غادي يكون كله بالانجلي. Yeah, I just wanted to try this for the first time. So let's get started. Before I even start speaking about my journey and all the things I got through, I made a list of all the ideas that I'm going to be talking about in this video, and it's here. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is the process of learning a language. Like, learning a language doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. So which means you're not going to wake up one day and be like, whoa, I have a good English, or I have a good certain language, I don't know. It takes time. So don't rush. Take your time. It might take a year, maybe a year and a half to really be familiar with the language, to have the fluency of that language. So with that being said, I was exposed to the English content in a really young age. I think I was about 9 years old, and me and my sister, like older sister, we used to watch like movies, like, I don't know, horror movies. I still remember I watched Shocking, and it was really scary, but you know, I was exposed to English content a lot. And growing up, I kind of like adopted that mindset, and I start watching TV, NBC2, and you know, like, they had a subtitle, which means like I used to kind of like remember certain words. For instance, when I watched Catwoman, I remembered this scene where the villain, she was gonna fall off the cliff or the building, and the main character, which is the Catwoman, she said, "Give me your hand," and like this specific word or phrase is, you know, kind of like stuck with me, and I used to like repeat that a lot, be like, "Oh, give me your hand, give me your hand." And I also used to watch MTV. I used to listen to a lot of music in English, and it had a different variety of songs, like British songs, American songs, and yeah, like from there I used to really listen a lot to English. Like, I did not understand anything at the time, obviously, but I just enjoyed listening to that specific songs. To sum up, after being exposed to English content and after really, you know, getting kind of comfortable and familiar with that language, we move to the second step, which is practicing or imitating. So when you hear something, this is the advice to you guys, when you hear something in a scene, just imitate it. For instance, "What are you doing there?" And I just be like, "What are you doing there?" And it goes like that. And so that really helped me to memorize certain words. I never learned grammar, you know, never, until like later on in life, but I used to have, you know, vocabulary, and that what matters. So before you go into the grammar or whatever, just learn the vocabulary. It's really good. When you have the vocabulary and when you are like familiar and getting comfortable with that language, you can move to grammar, obviously. And so like in that process, or during that process, it's really fine to make mistakes. I mean, mistakes, it's honestly part of learning. So I used to make mistakes, you know, in English a lot. Like, I wasn't perfect, you know, and that was fine, you know. Like, it's okay to make mistakes, and don't just try to be more open and express yourself in English every day. That's what I did. I used to talk with myself. Honestly, I used to like have a conversation. It's like I'm doing something, like I'm ordering something in English, and I'll be having all these scenarios. I'm a delulu person with myself, and these scenarios, they did really help me a lot to improve my English and to be more familiar with it. So the point is, it's fine to make mistakes. I made some mistakes, and I'm still making mistakes now. It's fine. So just try to communicate, try to use that language, the one you literally learned. It's fine if you make mistakes. So yeah, just keep on going, keep on swimming, keep on fighting, and eventually you'll find yourself being able to speak in that language or to speak in English. And so that's what I did in my journey. Having a conversation with someone or practicing with oneself, whatever suits you best. Then you can move to grammar lessons and reading a lot. So I'll give you this rule that I've learned. So this is the rule. Listening helps with speaking, and reading helps with writing. And so that's the rule. If you want to have a great accent, great communication skills, being able to express yourself, then I'll highly suggest for you to be exposed to more English content. I used to watch, as I said, shows with subtitle, and then I moved on to watching channels like Ellen DeGeneres all in English, and sometimes I understand some things and other times I don't, and it was fine. And then eventually I found myself being more familiar with that language and really just finding it easy to understand. If you want to write or be a great writer, then I highly suggest you to really read books. And like right now, I'm actually reading books. What was the name of the book? I think it was like End of Us or something. I don't really remember the name. Now I moved to reading Harry Potter. I love that. It's really the best. Now I am in the 6th book, and I'm almost done with Harry Potter, and it was great. I love it. It has like so much details. I've spoken about a lot of things in the video. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask in the comments, or you can go to my Instagram. I'll leave it down below. I hope this video benefits some of you. I really do. Didn't want to make the video longer. I just talked about some few stuff that I personally had or been through in my journey, and I'll see you in my next video. And please just give me suggestions of the next video. So yeah, goodbye.